Okay, now we're over at Parkland on Madison, what we call the H building. We're talking to Program Director Michelle Roberts of the Occupational Therapy Assistance Program, correct?
Yes.
Okay, tell me a little bit about your program. What is it? If somebody doesn't know about it, what is it?
What is it? Occupational therapy works in many different settings where we work with people who might have an injury or disease process and they can't do things they like to do on a daily basis.
Is this rehab or is this people that work that have been like this for a while, or what kind of, is it everything?
Great question. Definitely rehab. We do have a lot of rehab qualities, but we also work with people with chronic conditions, work with people who have maybe just need some extra help or strategies to live on their own.
Okay, and some of the students are going to show us some examples pretty soon, but can you just kind of give me an overview about what kind of, like a few examples of what you might do that people might not think of maybe?
Okay, yeah. One thing that we probably won't get to show today is that we do make splints for people. We use a thermoplast material and we mold it to somebody's hand, and that allows them to protect those joints or give them some support when they're healing.
Like what kind of time period are we looking at to be an OTA?
Sure. It's a 2-year program, and the application is always due by March. And we do use a selective admissions process to accept students. There is one prerequisite, and that's the Kinesiology 186, which is Intro to Human Movement.
Okay, now can they take that during the first semester, or they need to have that before they apply?
They have to have it before they get into the program.
Okay, and what kind of, I know most the health profession programs, you can get a job pretty much as soon as you get done. Is occupational therapy the same way?
Yeah, there is a good job market. We are, like, if you look on the U.S. News, we are listed as a bright outlook for OT and OT assistants. And so, yeah, we can work in lots of different areas, and you'll hear a little bit more about those areas.
And what if, I know a lot of kids will stay here, but some might want to go somewhere else. What does it look like nationwide?
Yeah, a really great outlook at nationwide as well. We probably I get a lot of emails regarding opportunities throughout the country.
Yeah, is there just a standardized test you take and then you can go anywhere? How does that work?
It's a national board test that they take once they graduate from the program and they finish their field work, and then they get to take this boards test.
Okay, thanks, Michelle. We're going to do this a little different. We're going to talk to some students about their experience and then talk to Mike Weaver at the end to kind of wrap it all up.
Hi, my name is Becca Warner, and I'm a first-year student in the OTA program. The reason I joined this program is because I've always had an interest in healthcare. It's something that when I went to college the first time, I was interested in EMS, and I had a question in my mind: what happens to people after I brought them to the hospital? Like, how did they go through the healing process? And fast forward quite a few years in a family, and I just kept coming back to that interest. That strong interest is what pulled me back into this program. And I love the OTA program because of the challenges that you face, the problem solving, and the classroom looks like real life. So right here is mostly our pediatric classroom. We have stations that can help kids with balance issues that they might have, like vestibular issues. We have bouncy balls, basically all the toys. So there's some bouncy balls, things like this we can use for strength training. So there's just a wide variety of therapeutic activities that we get to learn about, and we get to do it right here. And hopefully when I leave this program, I will feel confident doing this in the real world.
Hi, my name is Allie. This is my first year in the Occupational Therapy Assistant program here at Parkland. Something that drew me to this program is that it seems really more meaningful type of therapy than like physical therapy, because that's originally what I was planning on doing. In occupational therapy, we use a lot of meaningful activities, things people will do in their daily life. Like this lock board, it has all these different things on it that people use in their daily life, and we would use this in therapy. A few other things we've learned so far are goniometry, which you use this to measure like range of motion in your joints. And that's kind of like the baseline for things, because if you don't have functional range of motion, you really can't do much else. We've learned strength testing, grip strength, pinch strength, manual muscle testing, and I really look forward to the rest of the semester and the rest of this year and all the other things we're going to learn.
Hello, my name is Elaine Barnett, and I'm a first-year student at OTA at Parkland. A reason why I picked OTA was because my grandparents had to go through OTA and PT, and I really just wanted to help the the older community and the younger community, and just help people in general. So that's why I picked OTA. Briefly about this room, this is our lab room, and everything works in here, the stove, the kitchen area, everything. So what we do in here is demonstrate problems or scenarios that people struggle with, and we help them get back to those areas that they enjoy doing. Some jobs that we can find OTA at is hospitals, nursing homes, mental health, and just rehabilitation areas.
Hi, my name is Monasia Harris, and I'm here to talk about a little bit about how I got into the OTA program. So I knew I wanted to be in the medical field, so I was taking all these classes that kind of had to do with it, and I stumbled upon Intro to Kinesiology, and that's where I got introduced to careers that I could choose with a kinesiology degree. And I did my presentation on OTA, and come to find out they had an OTA program at Parkland, so that's what I wanted to pursue. So I took all my co-recs in order to get into the program, and I applied. Fast forward, here I am, first year in the OTA program.
Okay, we're back to finishing up with Mike Weaver, an instructor in the program. So we met some of the students. They all seem great and really into it. What kind of qualities do you find really is good for students in this area?
Students who are committed and caring, definitely creative. It's a very creative profession. We do a lot of making things, building things, and through that help our clients to work on whatever functions, activities that they need to work on to improve their health.
And I'm guessing probably every client is different. Like you're going to have to adjust as you go along, right?
That's true. There's a lot of problem solving, as you heard before, and every client is different. And we try to make it meaningful to that client. If a particular client is into crafts, we will, instead of just having them do exercises, we will have them work on crafts that will help rehabilitate their arm or whatever physical condition they have.
Okay, and I know people, this is hospital, this is going to houses, this is, you might work everywhere, right?
Right, you heard some of them earlier, but yes, hospitals, we work with kids in schools. We also home health, as you mentioned, nursing homes.
Okay, so let's talk about a little bit about the field work that your students may do.
The first year we do what we call service learning, where they volunteer at different facilities and different programs around the community to kind of get them working with people of different backgrounds and kind of helping the community out. And then they start going into field work where we actually send them to clinics, outpatient clinics, hospitals, schools, all those places I mentioned before.
Okay, and we've been kind of finishing up with this question, but I know you're probably out in the community a lot, you see your students, you talk to your students. What's it make you feel like when you see students who've been through the program that are doing living their dream and being successful?
It makes me proud. We have a good reputation with this program. A lot of people say that their Parkland graduates are some of their best employees.